Hola, minasan! Welcome back for another round of Chainsaw Man. Last time, the T-Pose Devil came out and yelled out the future rules. And of course, Denji and Power had their continued their training and it appears to be complete. So now everything is in place. And we're about to find out who in the world is gonna die next. Because apparently everybody is just dying left and right in this whole entire series, and that's very weird. So let's get reading. Let's get reading. Chainsaw Man by Tatsuki Fujimoto, Chapter 33, Mission Start. Aki sat in the back of the car looking out at the city. Kurose and Tendo are up in the front, driving along with the traffic, caught in a snarl as they rolling by. Tendo spoke. We're going to sightsee Tokyo, then return to Kyoto. Vacation is pretty good. You probably never see your skin anyway, so let me ask you something, Aki. We've heard you're after the gun devil. Do you really believe you could kill it? Aki remained silent, very silent. He gave no response whatsoever. You lost this battle to an enemy who killed about 20 special division agents. That's what makes you think you defeat the devil that killed millions of people around the world. I think you were nut job. You see, our lives were ruined by the gun devil too. That's why we joined public safety. Kurose looked in Tendo's direction, listened on. But trying to kill the gun devil, we'd never even consider it. Think rationally, you know it's not possible. Honestly, watching you makes me angry. This is my angry face. Girl, you're so weak. Yet you give yourself a go like the main character of manga. It's so cringy it gives me goosebumps. Are you some kind of Sasuke like in Naruto? You see, I got him right now. I told you, he's some kind of Naruto. But they're not, Kurose said. Aki remained silent. Then he sighed and he spoke. Spare me the commentary, son. All you need to know is stand back and keep your mouth shut as I deliver the good devil to the good Lord. And when I lose and die, then you're welcome to come and laugh at me in the gates of heaven when you die alongside me. They remained silent. Kurose had a sweat pour down, let off a sweat down her face. Now listen here, children. I'm aware that I've stopped looking at myself objectively, but I also know I couldn't go on if I did. You wouldn't understand because you're not farmers like me. Thank you for your advice, son. Next time, make sure you know who you're talking to. The good Lord blesses you. Nazaki started heading towards the office. He slammed the door, and a can flew right at him. Aki, with his odd sense, immediately turned around and caught the can. Aki, even though you ticked me off, I'm rooting for you. I leave you with one last piece of advice, and you better listen good. Tendo pointed at him like he a JoJo character. Everybody in the special division is insane, so be careful. Oh, I'm insane, son? No, I'm completely rational. Sure you are. And Aki bowed as the car drove off. Out in the countryside, on top of a hill where cars were all lined up, Jeeps and SUVs and all, behind the closed doors, there was a mafia guy sitting there, watching on. Hmm. Our guest is from public safety, sir. Bring out the price of tea, sir. Makima sat across from him, very calmly, very quietly. Oh, thank you very much for the cooperation. I come to my. Listen here, sir. It's come to my attention, sir, that our young bloods went rogue and fired guns in Tokyo, sir. I'll tell you anything you want to know. I need to understand I did not order this hit, you see? Yeah, yeah. As I hear it, the one pulling the strings is this Sawatari girl, see? Look at this picture here, see? He presented the picture of the Saratari girl as she was speaking to a couple of guys. Our youngsters were apparently tricked into making a contract with the Gun Devil, see? With her burglary deal. Yeah. In the terms of the contract. For 20,000 yen, see? Payment to the Gun Devil. Contractors can get guns and ammo. Maybe devils need money in their world too, see? They're not so different from us humans after all. He said as Makima listened on. I need the names of everyone in your organization who has contact with the Gun Devil. Write them down here. Sure thing, sir. Please toss them in the slammer for a little while. Teach them a lesson. I'll need the names from the syndicates other than your own, too. And the mafia guy went silent. And then he crossed his arms. Listen here, missus, see? You haven't got a clue how this thing works, do you, see? Yeah. Even if I knew the names, if I got out that I squealed, we'd have an intervaliant war on our hands. Yeah, ridiculous, see? It's for the public. It's for the safety of the public. I'd appreciate your cooperation. The mafia boss lit his cigar. He took a long puff. And he replied, listen here, mister. Are you familiar with the phrase, see? Necessary evil? Say we destroyed each other. What happened then? Yeah. Foreign mafias would elbow their way into Japan through the cracks, that's what. Yeah. Do we need some bad guys? Sure. But the Chinese mafia, the Russian mafia, the Italian mafia, the Hispanic mafias, they commit far more horrible deeds than us. Yeah. We're the ones holding them at bay, see? Just like you devil hunters, see? Humans keep humans safe from devils. Yeah. We the Yakuza keep the Japanese people safe from foreigners. They say a lot of devil hunters are uneducated idiots. Yeah. Maybe it's only natural you wouldn't know. And the mafia laughed. Makima just remained quiet, as did the mafia boss. Suddenly, Makima presented him a paper bag. Everyone looked down. I can't sell out my own chump for chump change. See? This isn't money. She planted the bag down. He went silent. It's everyone's here. Fathers, mothers, grandmothers, grandfathers. Even your second, third cousins, former roommates. Brothers, sisters, lovers, wives, mistresses. It's their eyes, Makima said, with a straight face and a slight crack of a smile. Oz, he said, and she just stayed quiet. He pulled the bag over to closer. He opened it up. And they all stared back at him. See? Yeah. Rest assured, public safety has someone who could put these eyes back the way they were before. Although I can't guarantee there'll be a match. Your mother's eye may have your father's eye, and your lover's eye may have your sister's eye. If you'd be so kind to cooperate, I'll introduce you to them. Why, you? Makima immediately looked back at him. Her eyes had a dead stare. They screamed, "Do not do it!" And the mafia man froze in place. The blood seeped out of his nose. He dropped down to his knees as it poured out like a waterfall, covering his shirt. You unnecessary evil. It's just an excuse to justify your own crimes. Those excuses are unnecessary to society. She stood up and looked down at the mafia boss. The truly necessary evils are always kept collared and controlled by the state. Meanwhile, at a building within the city, police cars surrounded the area. The first basement and the first floor exits are surrounded by Double Extermination Division 7 and the police. Special Division 1 is handling all suppression efforts inside the building. Sawatami said to the Katana Devil. We'll kill as many public safety agents as possible and take Denji's heart. Afterward, you and I at least should be able to escape if I use the snake. I'll kill Denji. oh. Denji put his finger in his mouth and reached into his tongue. Don't lose your cool, she said to him as Aki stood all nice and quiet. And standing before the building, there stood the old man. I see there's no plan. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. What did I get good time on me? Oh well. We're screwed. We're throwing every single special agent division at that building. That's not good integrity. That's no integrity. We are surely going to die. To be continued. Chainsaw Man by Tatsuki Fujimoto. Chainsaw Man by Tatsuki Fujimoto. Chapter 34. Full team. The building was emptied out. There was no one in the parking lot. Except for zombies. Lots and lots of zombies. And emerging from the wall was a shark fin and a head attached to a head. Zombies! Zombies! Oh my gosh! Yeah. It's all you can eat! And emerging from the wall was a man with a shark's head. He slipped out and fell down to the zombies below. He revealed his shark teeth, pointed and jagged, every single one of them, and his head turned into a full-on shark's head with 3 eyes on one side each, and gills stretched out, and a chain of spikes along his back. The shark did. This one can swim in. Oh. Who's narrating this? Fine. The shark fed. Makima said in narration as the shark fiend chomped on the heads of every single one of the zombies. This one can swim in any surface. Walls, ground, you name it. He can also take a devil form for short periods of time. And the shark fiend opened its mouth at a hooded man. He disappeared as he chomped at him and received a kick to the chin. Gah! Oh my gosh, that hurt. Whoops, my bad, the hooded man said as he rested his hand on the neck of the zombie. Since you tried to bite me, I thought you were a zombie. The violence fiend, Makima said as the hooded man in his business suit was masked with a pointed crow's face and gas mask, delivering a kick to the head, slicing off the head of the zombie. Under normal circumstances, when these guys become fiends, they're weaker than they are as devils. But this one is still too strong even as a fiend, so they make the violence fiend wear a poisonous dispensing mask. Do not remove that mask under any circumstances. Then the zombies began to gather around the young woman. She had the Sadako hair flopped over her face and a very, very wide hips. Hey, human lady, you might want to get out of here. If you get bitten, you'll turn into a zombie. Her hair flapped back, revealing a zipper straight down her face. She had the look of distress as the violence devil watched out. Oh, you're a devil. The spider devil. She usually takes human shape. Devils look human-like. The appearances tend to be friendly to the humans, but the devil's the devil. She killed people just for looking at her the wrong way, hence her despair face. And the spider devil began using her leg tendrils to rip apart every single devil around, every single zombie around here approaching her. She didn't. Her distressed face was not as distressful as one thinks. But as the head flew off, it landed next to a set of sneakers. Hmm. 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 Okay, I think I'll. Hmm. No, no. Hmm. Not that one. Let's see, what haven't I done first? Oh, you know what? Sure, why not? Bleh. You got my shoes dirty, dude. No, no, no. Nah, let me drop the dude. Or maybe. Hmm. Mm, no. Oh wow, I just had it on the tip of my head. Sure, 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 sure. Oh, I got my shoes dirty. What a jerk. No, no. What about Valley Girl?
Like, totally. Blair, my shoes got totally dirty. What a jerk.
There we go. All right. All right, we could go with that one. Mm, okay. A hand picked. A hand picked up the head of the zombie, and the mouth opened wide, and with a single chomp, the angel devil feasted on the brains of the zombie itself.
Ugh, the angel devil. A unique case, a devil who isn't hostile toward its humans, but do not approach. Touch this one and your lifespan will be siphoned off. Mmm. Like, it's totally cheese.
And suddenly there were slices everywhere. Every single zombie in within range fell apart and split in half, collapsing onto the ground, screaming, "Oh!"
Like, hey, you got a chip? You got a handkerchief, dude? You got a total handkerchief?
And there was Aki, standing in the chojo pose, presenting his handkerchief, sword in hand, not a single word spoken. The angel devil took it from him, as the spider devil and the shark devil gathered around him.
Like, I'm totally surprised you got this close to me. If I touch you, it'll shorten your lifespan. I'll shorten your lifespan. Totally.
Ugh, it's safe through the cloth. Young woman, it's safe through cloth, right? Oh, holy angel. And as they stood quietly, there was a guy with a gun hiding behind the wall. He jumped out and aimed at Aki. He fired a couple of shots, and the angel devil immediately shielded him with her feathered wings.
Like, ow. Totally ow.
Aki lunged at him, right underneath his gun. The guy said, "Whoa!" And with one whole swing, he successfully punched the guy in the face, and he collapsed on the ground. "Double," he said to the angel, "move him outside, please. Blessed be."
I'm like being ordered around. Well, it's better than fighting, I guess. Totally.
The long hallway. Aki walked very slowly. He climbed up the stairs. It was very quiet. Only his footsteps were heard. And there she was, Sawatori, standing at the door, approaching him. Now don't resist, woman. Surrender now, and be ready to face justice.
Snake, spit it out.
She made the gesture of a snake's head with her fingers. Blood poured out of her nose, and there was a loud sound, a whoo, as Aki watched on in shock. You son of a devil's toe jam! And there stood before Aki, Himino's devil friend, staring at him with all its hands for feet and flowers in a bunch.
Those, kill him.
Sawatori said, as he watched Aki hold his sword up and prepare to fight back. Chainsaw Man, Chapter 34, To Be Continued, by Tatsuki Fujimoto. To be continued. There we go. To be continued. Okay. Yeah, the chapters move fast. I keep saying it 1,000 times. It moves very fast. But the crazy thing here, though, is that the setups are. I won't, because I do have a negative thing to say here. The pacing issues. It's a major pacing issue. I feel like Tatsuki Fujimoto is rushing this. You know what I'm saying? Like this is early Tatsuki Fujimoto, and and I feel like he's rushing. He's skipping over things, and again, the lack of names. This time we got names regarding the devils, but it's kind of weird that we get introduced to Tendo and Kuro saying now they're out of the picture. You know what I mean? And that's fine if that's the case, but it just seems. But I get where the direction going with it in this whole sequence here. It's just to emphasize what the division is about. Saying their thoughts on the division from an outside perspective. I'm not sure if it's really absolutely necessary, quite honestly. But it's very interesting to at least to have an opinion, to get that opinion from a character outside the division, and it really does serve to really get into a little bit more. I guess the intent was the mystery, like what's going on with this division, so forth. That they're scared out of their mind. But once we get past all that, we end up with the mafia and Makima being Makima. Not for nothing, she's talking to the mafia. They're trying to explain. They got that that was just a bunch of rogues, but Makima wasn't having it. Seriously, she just wasn't having it. As displayed here. It really grossed me out the first time, and it's still grossing me out knowing that she got these eyes. She got all these eyes, and she's like, "Yeah, you're gonna tell me everything, and I got somebody who'll put it back in place." Oh my gosh, that just shows you how far she's willing to go. She's crazy. She's crazy. She's willing to go this far, and you can see it too. All she did was just looked at this guy and who was about to punch her, and his nose started bleeding, and he collapses into the whole thing. But that's the thing. That's the thing about these chapters. They're moving very, very quickly, and they're not. They're not cooking. You understand what I'm saying? I feel like they're not taking the time to cook. Like we're not given enough time to process anything. Like we went from the future devil. You know what I'm saying? Like. He just pops in, pops out. Aki gets the thing. Then we listen to Tendo and Kuro saying things about him and the division, and that jumps. And it really shows. This needed a little bit more time, at least in the early stages of Chainsaw Man. These early stages, they need a little bit more. I think a little bit more rewriting to really flesh out a little bit more and connect the dots. And again, with the naming, I think that needed a little bit more, because then it starts jumping all over the place here. When we get to what is supposed to be the next sequence of events here, And I think this one was a little on the sloppy side. How this all jumps like this, and then we get here. Like this whole entire chain of sequence, I feel like it was a little bit on the sloppy side here. Because I know it's supposed to set us up and everything. It just, I don't. It just seems, saying we just jump from one scene with the car and Aki to the next scene, and mind you, Aki was going, I think, to the office, and now all of a sudden we're at the building. You know, I understand it's supposed to be a setup, but I think this was just a sloppy way to set the stage. It just didn't really help the story bit much. But nevertheless, oh, I seem to have skipped. Yeah. I'm sorry. I completely skipped a whole page here. Although I'm kind of wondering if it's even necessary. I didn't realize I skipped the whole page. Sorry about that, everybody. I missed this whole part here, where we find out that the police and the extermination division are here. We got Kishibe. Now we finally get his name, Kishibe. I think he might have gave his name, but I'm not sure if that happened earlier. But it's something that should have been uttered frequently. His name, if we were going to hang around him a lot. They didn't do that a lot. Sorry about that. I completely missed this whole thing, but I guess this isn't. I guess ultimately this doesn't really matter. It's just him showing up. I mean, in today's operation, the police and devil extermination division 2 will be blocking. Yeah, it's just he's just explaining the plan. It's just one thing your team should be aware of. Most of us are non-humans. Yeah, he's just establishing that they're non-humans. Um, yeah, I mean, it's inconsequential, the pattern. Sorry that I didn't spot this. I just saw the title here, and didn't consider that I missed the whole page. But honestly, I don't know what this would have added if I had even said it, because this here got us right to the point. You know, this whole thing here got us right to the point very easily, and thankfully, we got the name of all the fiends and devils and such along the way. So, yeah, I'm sorry about that. You know what I mean? But I think I think it shows just how bad the setups and the placements are. You know what I'm saying? This arc is all over the place. Um, you know what I'm saying? It's just jumping and skipping too much, and not establishing names and everything. Don't get me wrong. I mean, the Shark Devil, seeing these devils getting introduced is pretty cool. The Shark Devil, the violence, but that's what I'm saying. It's just about the moments. It's about showing this. You know what I'm saying, and making us say, "Oh, cool." You know what I'm saying? It's just cool. You know what I mean? And it's not like the plot isn't there or anything. It is there, but it just seems like everything is forced and rushed. That's how I'm feeling here. With regard to this, it's just all about showing off the cool moments, and the artwork is spectacular. I mean, just look at the violence double here. Look at how detailed the kick is and everything. Like, he really went all in on it. He really went all in, but I feel like we're losing. I feel like during this sequence here, we're losing. We're losing. You know, the plot. I mean, this is a sidestep with the whole zombie thing and everything. I know it was meant to circle back, but I think that needed to cook more, because to me, that's a very important situation, because this is the same mafia whose leader, the boss, was raising Denji. And the fact that it all comes to this, honestly, is very disappointing. I would have preferred that mafia um, would not have come to this climax, because now it feels like we just hit the climax, and that's the end of this mafia. And I wish this wasn't the case. I would have liked for them to have stayed around and be, a nuisance to Denji, you know what I'm saying, like later down around, like we circled back, and I wish we could have circled, like really held on to this, because this is a pretty important thing, in terms of the story, because this does involve Denji, and this is all about Denji. All of this is happening because of Denji, in a sense, and Denji's nowhere to be found so far because he's busy training, and we're going through this whole thing. It's pretty cool. We get to see all these devils and everything, and it's definitely really nice. You know what I mean? We get some cool stuff and everything, but I feel like the mafia controlling the zombies. That's something that needed to cook a little bit more. I would have liked it if Fujimoto would have really delved deep into the mystery. You know what I'm saying? Like made the mystery out of it. But nevertheless, we end up with another pace. To me, it's a pacing issue, and that's not very good. You know what I'm saying? Like he just wants to get to the cool moments, and that's fine. I'm all for the cool moments. I'm all for watching Chainsaw Man doing awesome things. You know what I mean? But it needed to cook more. This was such great potential. This was great potential. A mafia that controlled the zombies and was and cooperation with the zombie demon kind of thing. That's awesome. That's awesome. And I feel like it's getting squandered and with all of this, because then all of a sudden we circle back almost immediately to this shock. This is supposed to be a shocking revelation, but we didn't get a proper setup or anything. It just like that. You know what I mean? And it's not. That's not good. That's not good. We needed some. We need a little bit more cooking, a little bit more baking to really get the payoffs here. And it's just rushed into the payoffs, and that's not good. You know what I'm saying? That's not good. We're gonna get to the awesome stuff, hands down. I know we're gonna get to the awesome stuff. You know what I mean? But that's just it. It's just awesome stuff. It's awesome stuff, and I'm all for awesome stuff, but I really would have liked for this to have baked a little bit more, because this was something that's important to Denji, like I said, and this was something that would have been really cool. Watching them fight the mafia and the zombie devil, like that should be the big event. This should be like the big arc. This is big, and it's just flying through too quickly, and I feel like I'm missing out on something that had such great potential and really would have given even better awesome moments than what we're going to be getting soon. And we and the climax that we're about to experience would have been, muy bueno. Ine. So yeah, yeah. You know what I'm saying, it's all right. It's all right. I know Chainsaw Man's gonna get better, or else I wouldn't be on book 15. So in the Japanese language version, so it's all good. It's all good. But I did have my reservations regarding this early stuff. So that's Chainsaw Man. Thank you all for joining me. Be sure to comment, like, subscribe, follow. You know you want to. And be sure to head on over to Amazon.com or BarnesandNoble.com and grab yourself a copy of The Impossible Man, a strange fantasy novel written by me. You'll find the links down below, along with links to Redbubble, where I'm selling other merch like stickers, buttons, and T-shirts, especially the T-shirts. And if you're interested, in participating in my Patreon, here's the link right here. If you wish to do so, you're more than welcome to. You are invited. And if you want to catch everything in the raw, all in that nice raw footage, you can head on over to Twitch and Kick, or Twitch or Kick, whichever one you want to do. You can do one or both for my live multi streams, and watch all kinds of things. And you can catch these Let's Reads on Tuesdays at 10 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So with that said, thank you all for joining me, and I'll see you all for the next set of chapters. And I wish you all a good night, a buenas noches, and oyasumi nasai.